What if I told you the biggest threat to the internet is not hackers, not war, not artificial intelligence, but the sun? On a quiet morning in September 1859, British astronomer Richard Carrington observed something impossible: two blinding white flashes erupting from the surface of the sun. Within hours, telegraph systems across the world began to burst into flames and send messages without power. Operators were shocked unconscious. Auroras lit the night sky so brightly that people in Missouri could read newspapers at midnight. This event became known as the Carrington Event, the most powerful solar storm ever recorded. And today, we are infinitely more vulnerable. Solar superstorms are what experts call black swan events. Rare, unpredictable, and capable of changing civilization overnight. A Carrington-level storm today could cause trillions of dollars in damage and leave over 40 million Americans without electricity for years. This is not science fiction. This is a countdown. The sun is not constant. It breathes. It pulses. Every 11 years, solar activity rises and falls. This is the solar cycle. But beneath it lies something more dangerous, the Gleisberg cycle, lasting 80 to 100 years. For the past 3 decades, the very period when the internet, GPS, cloud computing, and global finance exploded, the sun has been relatively calm. We got lucky. But scientists now warn that solar cycle 25 is behaving abnormally. Sunspot numbers are rising faster than predicted. Magnetic instability is increasing. And history shows us something unsettling. The strongest solar storms tend to come after long, quiet periods. A solar flare travels at the speed of light, reaching Earth in 8 minutes. It disrupts satellites, GPS, and radio communications. But the real killer is the coronal mass ejection, or CME. These are billion-ton clouds of magnetized plasma launched directly from the sun. They travel slower, 13 hours to 5 days. And that delay is the only warning we get. When they hit Earth, they don't attack from above, they attack from below. 1859, the Carrington Event. Telegraph wires ignited. Entire networks operated without batteries. Auroras were visible near the equator. And remember that this was a world with no power grid. 1921, the New York Railroad storm. Railway signals failed. Telegraph stations burned. Global communication collapsed for days. 1989, Quebec blackout. In just 90 seconds, a solar storm collapsed the entire power grid of Quebec. 6 million people were left in darkness for 12 hours. 2003, the Halloween storms. Airlines rerouted polar flights. Satellites malfunctioned. GPS went offline for hours. Each time, we survived. Not because we were prepared, but because we were lucky. Modern civilization runs on one fragile system, the electrical grid. At its heart are extra high voltage transformers, machines weighing hundreds of tons. They were never designed for solar storms. When CMEs hit Earth's magnetic field, they generate geomagnetically induced currents, GICs, electrical currents that flow directly into power lines. These currents overheat transformers from the inside. And here's the terrifying part: they cannot be repaired on site. Replacement takes 12 to 24 months. Most are custom built overseas that if enough fail, the grid collapses like dominoes. No electricity means no water pumps, no fuel distribution, no refrigeration, no hospitals, no food supply chain. Experts estimate that after 30 days, modern society becomes unsustainable. The internet feels wireless. It's not. It runs through hundreds of undersea fiber optic cables. The fiber itself doesn't conduct electricity, but the repeaters do. Every 50 to 100 kilometers, a repeater boosts the signal. One repeater fails, the entire cable goes dark. Solar storms can induce currents powerful enough to fry these repeaters, and repairing them requires ships, robotic submarines, weeks or months. Studies show transatlantic cables are at highest risk. North America could be digitally isolated from Europe. Asia is slightly more resilient due to shorter routes. And satellites? Low Earth orbit systems like Starlink face. increased atmospheric drag, orbital decay, radiation damage. Some could literally fall from the sky. Latitude matters. Regions above 40 degrees north are at greatest risk. United States, Canada, Europe, Scandinavia. Then comes the human factor. According to OECD social instability models, prolonged outages lead to collapse of trust in institutions, panic buying, looting, civil unrest, the economic cost. In the US alone, $7 billion lost for every single day without internet. Months offline would not be a recession, it would be a reset. The good news. We are not helpless. Early warning satellites give us up to 13 hours of notice. That's enough to shut down vulnerable systems, disconnect transformers, protect core infrastructure with proper investment, GIC blocking devices, hardened transformers, international response protocols. We could turn catastrophe into inconvenience, but many warning systems are aging, global coordination is minimal, and the sun doesn't negotiate. Imagine this. A solar superstorm is already on its way. There is no stopping it. There is no missile defense. There is no shield. Only time. Humanity's only advantage against the sun is 13 hours of warning. That warning comes from a fragile line of satellites positioned between Earth and the sun at a gravitational balance point called L1. The most important of these was launched in 1997. It was never meant to protect civilization. It was meant to study space weather. Yet today, it stands as our first and only alarm system. The problem no one talks about. Many of these satellites are far beyond their original lifespan, running on outdated instruments, some from the 1990s, operating with no true redundancy if they fail. A Carrington-scale CME could hit Earth with zero warning, no shutdown, no protection, no second chance. This is the quietest vulnerability in modern civilization. In theory, the solution sounds simple. When a solar storm is detected, just shut everything down. In reality, it's chaos. Modern power grids were not designed to be shut down instantly. They are interconnected across states, countries, and continents. Shutting down one region can destabilize another. Hospitals rely on continuous power, network data, cloud-based patient records. Air traffic control systems cannot simply pause. Financial markets run on millisecond timing. A poorly timed shutdown could cause more damage than the storm itself. This creates a terrifying dilemma. Do nothing and risk permanent damage, or act and risk systemic collapse anyway. There is no perfect choice. Publicly, solar storms are treated as a scientific curiosity. Privately, they are a national security nightmare. Declassified defense documents describe solar superstorms as low probability, high consequence events with existential implications. Modern military systems depend on GPS for navigation and targeting, satellite communication for command chains, radar systems synchronized by atomic clocks. A severe storm could blind missile defense systems, desynchronize global timing networks, sever communication between command centers. In such conditions, misinterpretation becomes lethal. A radar glitch, a missing signal, a delayed response. History shows us that near misses during the Cold War were often caused by technical failures. A solar storm doesn't just knock out systems, it creates ambiguity, and ambiguity is how wars start. Many people assume the internet works like electricity. Power goes out, power comes back. The internet doesn't work that way. When undersea repeaters fail, entire routing paths collapse. Network topologies must be rebuilt manually. Physical repairs require specialized ships. There are only a handful of cable repair vessels on Earth, and they are already booked months in advance. A global event means competition for repairs, political prioritization, regions left offline indefinitely. The digital divide wouldn't just grow, it would harden. Some countries would reconnect in weeks, others never fully would. We have never tested this. Never in human history has a digitally connected civilization gone completely silent. Psychologists warn of something called cognitive withdrawal shock. No news, no maps, no messaging, no confirmation that loved ones are alive. Rumors replace facts. Fear replaces information. In blackout simulations, People overestimate threats, trust extreme narratives, form tribal groups rapidly. The danger isn't just physical collapse, it's collective paranoia, and paranoia spreads faster than any virus. Solar storms are not evil, they are natural. The danger is not the sun. The danger is a civilization that forgot it lives under a star. If this system fails, it won't be dramatic at first. No explosion, no sound. Just silence, and one question echoing across a disconnected planet. Were we ready? If you value deep analysis like this, subscribe, because the next global event won't trend until it's already happening, and the sun doesn't wait.